Dianna Ng. Dianna is also known as the Labyrinth Lady. She is the community leader who built the first outdoor public labyrinth in Metro Vancouver with the City of Surrey.
So welcome. I'm delighted you're here and that I have this opportunity to be on a stage and to speak to an audience. So my name is Dianna Ng, and I'm known as the Labyrinth Lady in my community because I built a labyrinth with the City of Surrey in Fleetwood Park. So you might ask, what is a labyrinth? A labyrinth is a pathway for mindfulness and walking meditation. The one I built in Fleetwood Park is called a classical 7-circuit labyrinth, and it dates back to about 4,000 years. As a middle-aged student, going back to school, graduate school actually, there was a 15-year gap between my formal education. At the end of the day, my head was so full from all the reading, the studying, and the discussions. I could have unscrewed my head and put it on a table. I was so disconnected from my body. One evening, a classmate of mine drew with white chalk a pattern on a black, empty asphalt parking lot. There were about 50 of us. One after the other, we filed in and walked this pathway. And as I walked, I noticed my body just becoming lighter, and I noticed my head connecting back to the rest of me. And I became aware of the warm breeze embracing me, and I started noticing the sky turning orangey, blurring into a single line, leaving very little distance between the horizon and the ocean. It was such a fabulous feeling. I knew I had to tell other people about it. And that's how I was introduced to the labyrinth. Okay. Tough piece now. So that's the labyrinth at Fleetwood Park. During my next 15 to 20-minute talk, I am going to give you 3 reasons why every single person needs to experience a labyrinth. So 60 to 90% of all visits to a physician's office are related to stress. Stress shows up in an argument with a family member, maybe a disagreement in the workplace, or just simple everyday living, like being late for a meeting, getting lost, driving to a place, forgetting to charge a battery. Those all cause stress. And over time, stress, as I'm certain most of you know, increases blood pressure, increases our heart rate, increase our breath rates. Okay. Stay with me, okay? That light is in my eye, and I don't know how to work it. So other problems that stress cause, it has been linked with heart conditions, cancer, autoimmune diseases, and even chronic pain. One researcher goes to say that stress actually shrinks our brain, unravels our DNA. The DNA is the basic foundation, the basic blueprint to making up who we are, as well as adding fat to our abdomen. Okay. The other reason for walking labyrinths is that meditation works. Decades of research have shown that people who are experienced in meditation, they're less likely to be reactive, they're more compassionate, and they're more socially engaged. As well, the ability to observe your thoughts, to recognize a declining mood, linking with negative thoughts, leading to negative physical responses, that can be broken. It would be much like observing clouds drifting in the sky or a leaf floating on a river. All of that gives us the ability to manage stress. So I interview a woman for my book, Josie. Josie was a 40-year-old woman. She spent many years at a prominent university. She had already published an arm's length of research paper, and she was grooming herself to become dean, the next step on the triangular organizational chart. When stress became so terrible, she lost joy, she was unhappy, she lost meaning in her work, and she developed chronic back pain. That made her decide to quit her work. And as she left her job and transitioned into another work, she walked the Labyrinth regularly to help her manage the chattering thoughts in her head, and as well to manage the emotional upheavals she was experiencing. Okay. That shouldn't be up yet. Sorry. Yes. So 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to play much bigger in a larger way. And I decided I needed to work with the Surrey Mayor, our Surrey Mayor as well as City Council, to proclaim the first Saturday of May as Surrey World Labyrinth Day. And the purpose is to invite everybody to come out to the community and walk the labyrinth. The intention would be for all of us to set a wave of positive thoughts leading to positive, good intentions. So I invite you to come out. So you might ask me, how does walking a labyrinth link with world peace? Well, it is said that the fluttering of a butterfly wing can have dramatic effects on a system. If that's the case, imagine an individual being at peace. There would be more harmony in the family, in the home, as well as at work. And imagine if a group of people, a community of people walk the labyrinth together. Would there not be more connection in a neighborhood, less violence, less crime? Now imagine if everybody's walking it at a certain time globally. Could we not even say there could possibly be less war, less threats? So I invite you to come out. The proclamation page, please. Next slide. So I invite you to come out on May 7th this year, 2016, at 1 o'clock at the Fleetwood Park. Can we have the last slide? This is supposed to be an educational talk, so I'm just going to teach you how to walk a labyrinth. So here's the entrance or the mouth and the center and the goal and the border. All you do is walk, you enter at the mouth, and you follow it. It's a unicursal path. I don't know if you can do that with your eyes. And by the time you get to the center, that is a symbol for who you are, and you stay there for as long as you like. And when you're ready, you can return back following the same path to the outside. So the idea is that we enter into our interior self, and what we receive in the center, we go back out to the exterior world with it. There you go. Can we have the BIL slide? So I invite you to try a labyrinth, to join me and experience it. Whatever happens in the labyrinth, whatever you receive is yours to keep. Peace and possibilities assure. Enjoy.